Hey everyone, my name is Titan and welcome back to another episode of Titancraft Season 10. Today we are in the Mega Taiga, or as apparently 1.13 decided that it was a good idea to call it the Giant Tree Taiga. Again, not sure who the heck at Mojang thought, hey, you know, Mega Taiga, no, Giant Tree Taiga. But that's what we got now. And, you know, I guess we kind of go with the name because we kind of have to a degree. But for now, we are actually here to mainly cut down trees. I'm alone on the server, but I am joined by Wild Smite in the call. Maybe. If he didn't die. Did he just have a stroke? I don't know. Rip Smite, possibly? Who knows? And today, though, we are going on a tree cutting spree because we are basically out of wood. And I'm like, hey, you know what? I want to make chests for the ocean monument. But I don't have a lot of wood. And so I'm like, hey, let's just go deforestize in the Mega Taiga because that's a place that nobody really cares about. And there's a lot of spruce wood here, so I'm like, hey, this is a great place to just go replenish the supplies and keep things rolling forward at a nice pace. In other news, I'm trying to think what else is noteworthy today. I mean, last episode was kind of a meme episode, so we really didn't do much. Let's see, I'm trying to think of the rundown of the last few episodes. We haven't been real productive as of recently. Oh crap, I'm tired to play this game. This is not good.
Okay, you're flat. Anyways. The girl I was talking
Who?
for this quest, she's really flat.
Okay, what a great thing to say on camera, but okay then.
Right, I forgot.
Yes, oh god. You're so damn stupid, Smart.
Hi, YouTube.
Hi, YouTube.
Don't mind me just playing Skyrim VR and I was talking to character.
That doesn't make it sound any better, to be honest.
I know. She sent me to do a mission, and so I waited it out.
But, I guess...
I don't care. Bye.
So beyond the good old deforestation game we have going here, so I'm trying to think in upcoming episodes, and hopefully I won't be. I mean, well, we are heading into a phase of pre-recording very soon, which is going to absolutely kill me inside next week when I just start piling up a stockpile of these episodes. I mean, I was gonna try to do more tonight, and I just got distracted like I do basically every other night. It really was not productive, if I'm honest. But hey, well. Hopefully tomorrow can be a little bit better, although the day this goes up, which is tomorrow for me, is when Terraria Tuesday is. And Terraria Tuesdays make me super unproductive.
So, Titanic. By any chance, next time I get on, if you're as well, do you want to possibly help me get their skulls?
Depends what, I guess what else is going on at the time, maybe. I mean, I need wither skulls badly, too.
It's like I said before, I need like 6 or 7 beacons.
Yeah, I'm gonna need a lot of beacons over the course of the season.
And I just need them for my base.
Of course, the other problem for me is a lot of the beacons I need isn't just like beacons that I need. It's I am, you know, the community guy, so I'm kind of in charge of paying for community beacons. So they come out of my wallet when it comes time to start working on Spawn, and I do intend on, I've kind of hinted at this a few times, and I'm kind of going to pretty much solidify it. After episode 100, we're going to go crazy working on community projects. I'm going to keep working on personal stuff till episode 100, and then we're going to switch gears for a few months. I really want to make progress on the whole community side of things and getting our group work done. A lot of it, of course, will be mainly solo stuff, actually, still, but stuff that I'm building for the community, and I want to make very, very good progress on that by mid-year for sure. I mean, I don't know how I haven't decided yet how I'm going to perfectly split up the season. I mean, it also depends how long we continue the daily streak for. I mean, the daily streak's been on the verge of losing it, but I mean, I guess once we break out of the habit, I guess of even, not even with the absolute daily streak, but right now, like if we missed a day, oof, that would be sad. I'd be very angry that we didn't get to 100 at least, but I mean, we'd probably continue going on as we had been doing, uploading every other day beyond that. And so, once we fall out of this actually daily rhythm, which at some point it will end. It's not like I'm going, I mean, the season's going to be a lot shorter in duration if I did it that way. I mean, I guess I'm thinking we'll probably go until mid-year. I'm thinking at this daily pace. I don't know, maybe until roughly Titancraft turns 5 in July, and then I think I did the math. It sounds a little ambitious now, but I think it lines up that if I just missed a few days during the summer vacation, I could almost perfectly line it up that episode 200 could be the 5th-year anniversary episode. So, and so that's kind of on my mind now. I'm like, hey, we could line that up pretty well, and so we'll see. Maybe we'll go for that.
You do know what my plan for my base is, right?
Some of yours, yeah. I mean,
because right now, like, I still have to work and like adding fines going down.
Yeah.
But I do plan that tower just to be the start. I'm planning making like 6 or 7 floating.
Oh wow. Yeah. I'm pretty
held up by beacons of different colors.
Beyond my spawn base, I'm pretty lucrative about what I actually plan on doing this season because it is kind of a big surprise, and I have kind of been telling a few people the base that I'm playing, the mega base I have as just like a concept idea right now that I'm still toying with, has been a concept I've been messing with in my head since late 2018 during season 6. I mean, I've been carrying this idea down for quite a few seasons, and I think what happened is in season 8 when I realized that there was no way I was going to have time to build it that season, and then we got into season 9, and I knew from the beginning that season 9 was going to be a shorter season. I kind of declared to myself, hey, we're going to save this sucker for the big finale, and so that is kind of the plan. I don't know. Let's see. Of course, I guess I should watch what I say because I keep calling to season 10 the last season publicly even and not just privately. And the problem is, while yes, that's kind of the intention right now, the thought process. The same thing was said about season 5 from the day it was from the earliest idea of its planning all the way until about a month before it ended when we decided, hey, we want to do more. And even the outro of season 5, which was supposed to be my last video and like moving on from YouTube and stuff, you can hear it in my voice. I wasn't ready to be done at that point, and I was not ready to just give it up, and so that's why we are back all this time later.
And I'm glad you didn't.
I am glad. I'm very happy that we didn't quit at that point. I mean,
so far, because of the group, this has been the best and happiest 2 years of my entire life.
Yeah, I mean,
and if it wasn't for the group, I don't know if I'd actually be here.
Yeah, so. I mean, I guess 2019 was probably a really low note for me in a lot of ways. I mean, what 2019 did is it brought me to a rock bottom that rebounded me to what seems to be the best point of my life at this point. And so, I mean, obviously, I think Titancraft really for me hit that big stump in. After season 5 ended, I was really left with no clue on what to do next, and we were rushing through 3 seasons in a year, and none of them I really liked. Like all three seasons were driven by my ideas, and all 3 were failures. And that was the first time that my core ideas that the season was almost based solely off of did not work out. Previously, they had at least worked out in the way I intend to do a degree. I mean, even when let's see, where's the dude?
It was really dark.
Even when, like in season 2, when my idea of a world border, it made the season last for a very short period of time. That was all in a way part of the plan. I never intended season 2 to be a long season, and so, I mean, did it go perfectly? No, but it went roughly to plan. I mean, season 7, if we look at that, I need to fly over and look for some sheep to sleep the night away.
I still liked season 7, probably because I built my mini.
Yeah, season 7, I really canned that season from the beginning with how many limitations I put on it, and in hindsight, I really regret doing that. I think it took a season that could have had potential as a concept, and I killed it. And so I will admit that is a big regret I have in terms of the series, is letting myself basically kill a season. Of course, season 8 was supposed to be this great idea of, hey, we're all kind of mad at Mojang, so let's go ahead and let's play some old versions. And what I found out is that really wasn't very fun. And I think a big mistake was probably not starting in 1.8. 1.7 was nowhere near as fun as I thought it'd be, and there were so many features I realized playing in 1.7. I'm like, man, we didn't get these till 1.8, and the game's actually lackluster without a lot of them. And so,
because we were trying to do it like the server Green was part of.
Yeah, I mean,
and I feel like it wasn't as fun because we should have done it like Green. starting in alpha.
Well, I mean, we
and
couldn't
making
go back
it
that far
work
back. I mean, I guess, and the other reason we didn't even try that, and I will admit now if we're going in season review mode, the reason I never really took that as a serious option post season 5, I mean, it was an idea I always wanted to go from 1.0 onwards for a season, like when I was originally, like, this was back when like we were in season 2 and 3, when I was thinking of concepts for seasons like 4 and 5. That was a concept idea. But you realize, even if we go like a version a week, how quickly going from beta to the modern day would take. It would, like, to give us a fair shot on being on every version, the season would be incredibly long, and it would basically be never ending. And so, I mean, although, like, even the point of this season is to be a longer season, at least we are going to have a cap on it. We're not going to let this thing just go on and on and on. We have kind of a set plan to know, hey, this is when we're going to wrap it up. Which I'm keeping that part of. That's one detail of the season I am keeping under the wraps. I'm not making everything about season 10 public yet, and there's a lot to come. I mean, I will admit we haven't done a whole lot of like community get together events yet this season on a camera. Besides like, the Dragon Fight and the Wither Fight, but I mean, like, typically we do like a purge and stuff by this point on major seasons. The reason we haven't done that is a few reasons. A, busy schedules, and also my no death streak. Honestly, biggest two reasons why I have not organized a purge is because A, I'm worried about my own no death streak, but the group is also so inactive right now that I could not get anything together unless I want 3 of us. So I mean, I think we'll probably, if we're, I guess, yeah, being honest here, we'll probably wait till the summer months to actually move forward with a lot of those community type episodes. And I don't know, I don't want to give away too many spoilers, but I had to figure I want to do something unique from how we did season 5's anniversary celebration, but at the same time I am probably gonna mimic some traits we did there, so we'll have to figure that out. I mean, I could make another like evolution of Titancraft video, but those take so freaking long to produce. Oh my god, you don't even know. Like the last one I made took me such a stupid amount of time, and that's when there was only what at that point there would have been about, I'm trying to think, 280 episodes to work with. Now we are over 700, and by the anniversary, we are going to be past episode 800 total. That's a lot of content to work with, and no matter how you break it down, there's no good way to do that. And so, I am trying to figure out if I want to do another montage of the group, how I would want to split it up. I mean, I just don't know. It's a very tough call. I mean, at some point, I'd kind of like to go through and like do a montage of every season, do like a recap for each of the 10 seasons. But
yeah,
that would be a fun thing to do. And I think next year we'll probably start producing content like that when we get closer to the end of season 10 and we start like looking at everything in retrospect, because the group has aged a lot. I mean, we've been doing, again, 5 years is no short time. Now, I mean, now, considering at this point, I guess I haven't even made, I guess I could announce for the first time. I mean, recently, both Chris and MCG Master both retired from the group. And so, with two of the group, some of the older Titans in the group in terms of their seniority, I mean, most of the group has not been here for very long. Out of, I think, at the moment, as of the time I'm recording this, I think there's 26 of us. Let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4. Only 5 of us have been here since before the beginning of 2017 even. And I mean, so, and then there's a big gap down to where Smite sits. I mean, there's not, the portion of the group that has that seniority is hardly here anymore. And I am mixed, it's awesome to have all these new people, but the fact that all these old faces are slowly fading away it certainly shows the group's design and demographic is really evolving with time. And again, it's both good and bad. I mean, it certainly makes it harder to plan for major events when you want to look back at old events and nobody knows what you're talking about. Like, that's one big downside when I'm like, hey, we did this in an old season, but everyone in the call is like, what? Like, yeah, oh yeah, you weren't here. Oops. You don't know what I'm talking about. And so, I guess that is a limiting factor that I have faced with some people, and I mean, I don't know, it's meh. You can't do much about it. It's just, it does, it does suck it to a degree that a lot of people don't, and I don't know where I'm going with this. I guess that is another benefit though of doing a montage, is then people that are newer can see everything that's gone on in the group and see the evolution of me in the series. Is probably, I think, one of the most stunning things. Like but not just my voice, but the way I actually conduct myself has changed incredibly in the last what, almost 5.5 years now. I mean, since the earliest videos I made on my channel, it's I guess even the way I talk, besides like the voice, but the actual way the words I use, the phrases I like to use, like you can tell when I was new to YouTube, a lot of what I did was directly, but not really, even without trying, I was copying Stampy and Python GB. I wasn't trying to copy them. It's just those phrases were so like built into me at that point from watching them so much that that's just how I thought I needed to speak. Now I've been doing this for 5 years and I've become very independent, especially as I've stopped watching much YouTube. I have become very independent with my memes I make, what crap I come up with, and I mean, I would like to live stream more because I think we could do some fun stuff live, but streaming is just incredibly time consuming. I mean, even now, I will admit with the Terraria Tuesday resuming, it eats up my Tuesday night. Like, I mean, I love it. It's fun, and it forces me to put aside time for the game I love. But it is a time eater. It eats my Tuesday night because I spend like an hour getting ready for it, and then I spend like 3 hours streaming, and by the time I do that, I'm too tired to do much, and I go to bed. Like, and usually I have a hard time focusing before Terraria Tuesdays. So I usually don't get a whole lot done on Tuesdays, and that is a night of the week that it makes it difficult. Like when I only have like 3 nights a week to effectively get a lot of stuff done, it's hard on me. And so in that way, I will say streaming is very iffy. Like, I am definitely going to have to consider when we get through when we get through season 2 of Terraria Tuesday, I'll have to decide whether or not we'll do a season 3 or not, or
Calamity.
Yeah, I don't know. There's a few options if we do another one. I mean, I have thought about doing a Calamity playthrough. Another option was just redoing the throwing class challenge. I might do that as an actual Let's Play. I will admit, I've thought about redoing that because those are my most popular videos, and I don't like them. And so, I mean, it would be to say goodbye to the throwing class playthrough, to do one actual playthrough as it would actually be kind of fun. So we'll contemplate trying that. Yeah, I'll have to maybe do some test runs, see what I think is feasible at some point. And especially if 1.4 is delayed. I mean, if 1.4 suddenly announced, hey, we're gonna get it in June, yeah, no. But I mean, if all of a sudden it's like, hey, it's probably gonna be quarter 3 or 4 this year before we get our hands on 1.4, then we might be talking, hey, it wouldn't be out of the reason to go ahead and start another full-on Let's Play of the game. Now, obviously, am I going to do another 50-part expert Let's Play? Heck no. Not until 1.4. Once 1.4 comes out, God knows how many Terraria Let's Plays I'm going to have going on. There's going to be a lot. I can promise you that much. There's probably going to be at least 3 of them going on simultaneously. Now, I will admit what I've heard about Master Mode kind of disappointed me recently. I mean, it sounds like it really is not going to have much of a reward for playing. It's just going to be purely difficult increases, and that's mainly with health and defense, not even new AI from what I'm getting. And so I am split on how I'm actually going to face Master Mode, if I'm going to do the main Let's Play on it, or if I'm going to do a main expert on expert first. I'm thinking right now I might just do the main Let's Play on expert. But again, we'll see once we get more spoilers. And I do know right now that I think they're in the bulk of coding, because I did hear in one of the recent State of the Games that they're right now getting into stuff that they don't want to spoil. And so if they're in that kind of stuff, you know they're working on big pieces of the game that we should be excited for. I'll fly back to spawn here as we wrap up. So I don't know, I guess this kind of function almost as an update video, really. Rambling boat. I guess I don't know. I should do a full-on update video once we get farther into the spring. And at some point when we start falling off daily episodes of Titancraft, I probably will actually focus on making an upload schedule and try to stick to it a little bit better. I mean, right now it's really rough what we do. Oh, there's Trevor's house. I might let you have enough space to get us back. But I don't know. Well, a lot of it is just a game of only time will tell what really plays out and how it all goes. I mean, I have a lot of plans for summer vacation, but a lot of it involves me not being home again this summer vacation, much like the last. And so, I mean, my plan to maintain daily episodes in the summer vacation is, to a degree, really extreme. And I will had to challenge myself if I want to make this work. I don't know. I had to rearrange some things as spring gets closer. I kind of have some ideas of what I could possibly do. And I don't know. There is a lot of exciting stuff, though, in the works. We just have to be patient. Alright. But anyways, I hope you guys actually did enjoy. We'll be back again with you guys for another episode tomorrow. Not sure what we're doing tomorrow. Probably working on the storage room and the monument. And I, again, really want to work to wrap that monument up soon. So if we can get the storage room done, we'll try to figure out what to do with the upstairs rooms and move the heck on to something bigger and better very soon. Anyways, on that note, have such a great day. This has been Titanic and
Smite. And
we will see you guys in the next episode of Titancraft Season 10. Oh my god, I just face planted in the wall so many times they're trying to get through an F5. See you guys next episode. Bye-bye.